on a foot many years ago, far away.
Are we going? Are we
We're
rolling,
going.
Bob? Okay, John's right ingrown toenail. Here we go. This is my friend John. We are far overdue for his ingrowing toenail, which I've been managing on and off for years.
A decade at least.
Decade, yeah.
More than
yeah.
a decade.
His father was my patient originally so many years ago. God, he was such a cool guy. So I'm just going to clean it off with a little bit of tea tree oil foot spray. You know, you can make your own, buy something, make soap and water. It doesn't matter. You just want to do a cleansing spray of some sort to just get off any debris. But his toenails are fine. I usually wear a headlamp, but I'm not doing that today because if we did, it would really mess up the video. So I do have my magnifying glasses, which I often, yeah, there's the headlamp. Thank you. And our videographer is Alessandra Accinelli, my protege. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off a little bit of the length of the toenails. What I do is if there is free border, which means there's actually toenail hanging over and not attached to the toe, I can clip it and I'll get off a little length with that. And just for fun here. And you take little nips across there. But what we're going to be doing is, I have, these are all sterile, just came out of the autoclave this morning. I'm going to be using this 4-inch fine nipper to go in there. And I'm also going to use, I have a couple favorite little ones. Yeah, I think this one is smaller than, yeah, this one's smaller. I kind of like, I'm going to put this one away. This is too large of a handle for me. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. This one is smaller and fits me. And by the way, I get these on Amazon for $10. I shouldn't promote Amazon, but I'm sorry. But you could probably find them on eBay. They're $10, $12. I like this particular kind of spring in here. So what I'm going to do, if it is, oh, you know what I'm going to do, John? I'm going to put a little bit of first aid antiseptic. Oh, I thought this was the numbing kind. They do make kind that has a little bit of numbing, but this isn't it. I'm going to put this on it too, just for fun. It's an antiseptic.
You know, eBay's oligarchs are as evil as Amazon's.
It's as bad. Oh man. Okay.
I mean,
Support small businesses.
Yeah, but except where are they that you get them? I don't know. If I knew them, But yes, we should support small businesses. Okay, so I'm going to go into this corner, and what I do.
Let me switch sides.
Okay. Alessandra's, yes. We are experimenting here. Okay. So usually 90% of the time I'm using the nippers like this, going across in small bites like that. But when I'm going into a corner, I turn it around upside down. I had a friend and she used to go like that, but I do that, and I am going to get as much down in this corner. My goal is to get way down here and get this whole corner out. So, John, hang in there. Okay. There, we got one chunk. The other thing I need to get, okay, here's one. I have a little sterile file rasp, straight on one side, curved on the other, doesn't really matter. And what I do is just kind of get in here and try to, am I torturing you too much yet? Okay, not yet. Okay. Not yet, he says. Okay. So I'm using this thicker one. I'm going to go in later with the thinner one, but I'm using the thick for this thick part of the nail because it could damage those nippers. So I'm going in. I am going to take a look now. Okay, I got to get... The other thing, too, to know before you start any kind of procedure, you really have to be comfortable. You have to be in comfortable clothes. You have to be the right temperature. You have to have gone to the bathroom. You have to be sitting in a comfortable chair. I learned all this in operating room school because once you start an operation, you could be there for 8 hours standing in the same position. So super important, and luckily I've taken care of all those necessities, and I am very comfortable in my stadium seat. My back is good. Only thing I'm missing is that headlamp, but we have some pretty good light here, so we're okay. Okay, so now I'm getting him. John, you comfortable?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going in here, getting some of this big chunky part off. Okay. And then I'm kind of peeling back a little bit and then getting there. Okay. Now I'm going to go in for the drill. And I'm going to see. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this or not. Whoops. Oh, that's okay. Here we go. Are we going to go back over here? Okay. Going back here. This is a drill that I have not used. This is my Hadway from Chris in Germany. Chris, I love you. I miss you. I hope to get back over there one of these days. Oh, let me see. Okay. I have not used this. I'm hoping it even turns on. It's been in storage because I use my little portable from Medicool. Steve, thank you, Steve. I've had such good friends over the years, my vendors, guys. Okay, so we're going to turn it on. There we go. Okay, we're turning up the vacuum power. We're turning up the RPMs up to as high as it goes, which is, wow, 40,000 RPMs. Okay. Yep, I feel a little suction there. So, this saves me. Usually I wear a mask, but I just can't talk and wear a mask and be comfortable at the same time. So this drill will get this nail thin and short and okay. Now, if you can see in there, is this tender up there?
A little bit, but it's okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little bit more thin in this thick area here. And where it's thicker, you can press heavier. Where it's thin, you go very light, kind of feather light. But down there at the very side of the nail, I want to get in there and clean that out. So I'm going to stop and put in this handy dandy little guy, which is, I don't know what you would call it, just a long thin piece. And these are ceramic burrs. Okay, we've got that. Here we go. Oh, I'm also going to put this in reverse. No, that's the wrong thing. Reverse. There. Okay, now it's turning around, going the other direction, because I'm going up and away from me. And that way I have more control and I can see better, if that makes sense. So, at least that's or is that? No, I think, oh well. I think it's going the other way, so maybe I was in reverse to begin with. Okay. So, I'm going down this side here very gently. How we doing okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then this is the area where it's white in there. That's a little thicker. And anybody who's using this kind of equipment needs to do it on themselves, because eventually you're going to press too hard and you'll know exactly how it feels. It's a little burning sensation, not pleasant, but you just let off and it goes away very quickly. So I'm trying to remember that so I don't cause John to have that problem. So,
is your video capped at a certain time?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now at this point, I'm going to squeeze a little bit. It hurts down?
Well, I can tell that's...
You can tell? Okay, so this spot right in there, see where it's white? That's where we're going to try to go. Actually, I might have a thinner. Yes. I'm going to just pour these out here. And then I'll sterilize these all later. Okay, aha. So this has a little round edge. See, the tip of this one is different, even though there's a dark spot on it. That it is sterile. It just came out of the package. So I'm going to trade this one out. Put this one in, and put that on, and see. Okay, and then there's another tip I'm going to try too, because I think I need to even get it more pointy. Okay, I'll go in for the pointy. Where did I put them all? Ooh. Okay. This is one I only bring out for special occasions. This one is way too pointy for it. No beginner should ever try this. I probably shouldn't try it, but I'm gonna, because I'm gonna be very careful. See how pointy that is at the top? I'm gonna get right on this little guy here. Have you felt anything? Any heat?
Yeah,
Nothing?
I'll
Okay.
let you know if I do.
Okay.
Just don't kick us.
Yeah. Okay, so this one, and I did get that one little white spot, but I'm going to stop with this one. It is a little too pointy, but to show you what not to use. I do have one that's less pointy, but pointy none the least, which is, oh, that one's still pointy. Yeah, this one. Okay, the other one was more blunt at the top. Let me see the differences.
So how are they color coded? Why is some blue and red?
You know, I've never really figured that out. And I get these in little sets. It's a good question. So see, I don't know if you can see that, but
Yeah,
these
I
are
can
the
see.
different tips I've used. So I started off with this one, which is more blunt, and that's just to kind of thin things out. This can get into that crevice, which is really good. That one, very pointy, and this one, medium pointy. Sound like Eddie Izzard.
Medium pointy, that's the
Yes,
scientific term,
yes.
I do believe.
This is a medium pointy. Okay, so we're going to go for the medium pointy. And I am going to try to see if I can go in reverse though. Let me see. Let's see if the light, it's been so many years. The green light is on. Let's see what direction. It's either going forward or backward, and it's too fast. So I'll be able to tell once I get it on here. Oh, it's going backwards. Okay, so this is what I want. So now I'm going back up. I call this technique up the inside. So we're going up the inside. I can thin out this. Thin out that. Okay, I can press harder on the denser areas. And then I'm going to try to pinpoint this area is where it's causing him the pain, right in there. So this is actually sort of a mechanical matrixectomy, which is what they do surgically, but what I'm doing is disintegrating the ingrowing nail, so it'll come back, unfortunately, but it'll buy him a long time. I mean, it's been a long time. A year?
6 to 8 months.
Okay, anyway, okay, so I'm happy here. So I'm using the moderate pointy. Really have to be careful in there. Now I'm going to do it the other way, the forward. Okay, so we now know green light is reverse, no green light forward. Somehow it stopped there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now we're going to go forward again because I'm going to get into this crevice down here. Ooh. So what I'm seeing is kind of a darkened area, which I bet is dried blood from a long time ago, possibly from from it bleeding at some point. And sometimes what'll happen is it'll just go away.
Well, there was a time a couple of months ago where I was a little bit sore and I thought I was going to have to come up on the nose.
Okay.
And
then it
went
okay.
away.
So that could have, and when that happens, if you get pain, this is the only time I tell people to soak their feet in hot water or very warm soapy water. Soak. If you have a painful ingrowing nail, put an antibiotic ointment on it and a Band-Aid and wear a loose shoe until you can get to somebody. But that can help. And there are some topical numbing kind of products out there. Okay, so back to here. Okay, I'm going to switch now back to the ball pointed one. No, I think I'll use the original one and then kind of clean that up. See, this is why I feel more of like I'm a foot sculptor artist instead of a foot nurse. It's just very fun for me. Okay, so now cleaning it up. Is that tip painful at all?
Not up there, no.
Okay. It down here still.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, right in there. So, in an ideal world, do you have medical insurance?
Yeah.
I think we've talked about that. I mean, what really could happen to prevent this, all in all, is to get that partial matrixectomy. You said they did it on that foot? Did it work?
55 years ago next month.
Okay.
They took that one off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you've never had a problem since? Yeah.
I was 12 years old. I was
Okay.
in a dormitory in some little English hospital.
Ah.
2 people were rolled out in the middle of the night where it didn't come back.
Ah.
And
Sorry.
I had
Okay.
so that's what it would look like.
Yeah. Well, now what they would do is numb up your toe and just take off this whole side of this nail permanently. They say, and sometimes it does grow back.
But if you take off half, the other half's going to grow. So
Well, it creates a different.
I remember they asked me, "Do you want to take the roots out?
Yeah.
Or not?" And I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I didn't want it to happen.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would grow back and maybe the same.
But it is something, and so because basically I can only go so far because it would cause too much pain or blood, and I'd be doing surgery. So we'll see if I can alleviate it enough that you're gonna, because I'm happy to see you. However, you need, but it is something.
This has all been fine, but
yeah.
it has, it does
Yeah.
go back obviously.
Yeah. So now I'm going to go back again to the more pointy one, but not the worst pointy one, the medium pointy one.
Yeah, I was only 12 when I had ingrowing toenails that they couldn't.
Wow.
I mean,
so
it was so septic and everything. It was really.
Now, were you the second child and had to wear small shoes of
No,
your
I was the
sibling?
first
Or
child.
oh, okay. All right. Okay. So now what we're trying to do, the nail is ingrowing way down here, and that's where it's causing him pain, and I'm trying to disintegrate it, basically. And this is where you just kind of tap very lightly, and if you do it enough, sometimes you can. It's like the Princess and the Pea, it's like right on a nerve, and if we can get the nail disintegrated from on it. Now it might hurt just for me, fooling around with it, but is this better so far?
Yes,
Much better. Much better. Okay. We're doing good here. So this is not obviously something that a lay person doesn't mean a lay person can't learn to do this, but do not try this at home. My goodness. but just to show you that you can take care of these massively ingrowing nails. It just takes time and patience and lots of different pointy bits.
Did you ever see the movie Marathon Man?
Oh, millions of years ago. What was it about?
Laurence Olivier and Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, no. Or, I know I saw it, but I have no memory.
Laurence does a bit of dental surgery / torture on Dustin.
Oh, okay. Oh, was it a spy movie or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I think we're slowly... And the other thing is when you do this enough, you kind of become one with the pointy bit. And I can tell, when it's hitting nail versus skin. And it's so hard to describe.
When I become one with the pointy bit.
Okay, this is... How's that feel?
Much better.
Much better.
Yeah, the pressure isn't there at all.
Okay, then I'm going to probably quit pretty soon while I'm ahead.
Right.
Because I'll go up the inside one more time just for fun. Turning it reverse to see if this thing... Okay, so it stops. So I guess I have to turn it off before going into reverse.
Yeah, it can't just turn on itself.
This thing is just ancient. I mean, I probably got this in 2005 from my friend Chris in Germany. Ooh, I just missed. Okay. Got to get back there. Okay. We're going to get this part down here a little thinner. Down here. I'm going to quit. And I'm going to clean it with this spray stuff that I have. I have to make my own again pretty soon. But, so, there she blows. And I will kind of feel it with this a little bit. Just to kind of go down there. Yeah. Huh.
How do we get that out?
That's where surgery would probably be.
What's
the
that?
thing. This part, is this tender when I touch that?
Wherever the very bottom bit is that you haven't cut away from is where it's still there.
Okay.
But no, it's okay right now.
It's okay. Okay.
I mean, that is where it's going to grow first.
Yeah, so that's why we could see him a little bit more frequently and maybe in 3 or 4 months and keep that at bay. But I would be afraid, I don't want to press my luck here with that.
Down there.
Yeah.
Because what would happen?
I could make you bleed, or
worse.
Yeah. I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, nope. Sometimes you just have to know when to quit. He's not in pain. We're good. I know he's going to be good for at least 4 or 5 months. So I don't want to be a show off here. And then I'm going to go ahead. I might as well just show you how to just cut my version of cutting kind of normal nails, because the rest of this stuff, I'm going to put my dirty dishes away over here in this pile of dirty dishes. Okay, so because now this is the part that could be for lay people, because that's kind of the point of this channel, in a sense, is to teach people not to be afraid of your relatives, friends, or if you're volunteering, how to cut nails. And so you take the nippers, and these are the kind I like. I never use those little toenail nippers that, most people have. And you take little bites across. I'm happy there. And I'm going to, on this side, good? Yeah. Does it a little bit painful? Because I could go down the side on that if you...
No, let's not encourage it.
Okay. That's good. Okay. And I do ask them, because sometimes, they say cut the nail straight across. They say cut the nail to the curve. Everybody says a different thing. I say cut the nail the way that nail needs to be cut. One side might be straight across, and the other side, like this, goes way, way down. So it's not rocket science. There is not one way, and you're going to see different things, and you just have to make up your mind. This one's short enough. So this one, there is free nail border. Actually, I think I'll use my little nippers.
For many years on that toe, and from advice from someone, I always cut a little V in the middle.
I've heard of that, and you know, if it works,
I
yeah,
honestly don't know if
yeah.
it worked or not.
Yeah, I've never done it, but I'll never say no to
I
anything.
did
I
it
think,
for quite a long time.
huh?
And
Yeah, I have heard. I did used to hear from that in the old days. I've never done it or tried it, but so I'm just cutting across, and then I will kind of. Oh, that's actually a little bit too thick for these small guys, so I'll go to these, and I like these little curved ones. They just fit my hand. If you're a guy or a big woman or somebody with bigger hands, you have to fool around and try different things. I'm doing the, whatever I call this maneuver.
the reverse.
The reverse maneuver. Up the inside. Okay. Okay, and then I will smooth across with this guy.
Oh, for those little toes, they haven't had such love and treatment
Aw,
for so long.
so much fun. And I will talk just a tiny bit because I was going to do another video on that, but I might as well just two for one here. I call this, or I coined this, the Rorik method when I first started doing this 29 years ago. And the Rorik method for me is sitting in a stadium chair. And a kind person said, tell me more about the stadium chair. She's very tall. So maybe they make tall stadium chairs. I don't know. If I hadn't been doing this for the last 28 years, I'd probably have a horrible back. I see people sitting on chairs, leaning over, not using magnifying glasses or headlamps, and I don't know how they do it. But I sit in a chair, foot in the lap, it's right here, magnifying glasses, usually a headlamp on my head, and usually a mask on my face. But I'm using, even with this, you should still wear a mask, but I'm not because it's just
So
too hard.
posture, poise.
Yes, and comfort. And let's see, so headlamp, magnifying glasses, stadium seat, foot and lap, puppy pads. Oh, and good equipment, because when I came onto the scene, people were using Dremel grinders from the hardware store with either a sandpaper bit, which can't be sterilized, or a diamond pear bit, like the nurses up in Canada when I taught. They would have 30s clean. They didn't sterilize when I first went up there. They did disinfectant or high-level disinfectant, but they didn't sterilize. And a diamond burr. And I remember specifically one nurse said, I had a patient, she lives an hour away. I had to have her come in 3 times for an hour each appointment just to try to thin the thick nail. It's because she was using the wrong burr. If she had used a carbide burr, she could have done it in one treatment in 5 minutes. So it's about the equipment. So that's what I have kind of brought to the scene, I guess. The scene of foot care. Okay, so I'm just kind of cleaning up the edges here. Good, I've covered a lot of topics in one video, which is good. Going down there again. And also, this is the first time we've been in this little office. I still haven't fully unpacked. It's completely, we're in the midst of moving in. It's been a slower, we just had a huge, atmospheric river, so there's been lots of rainstorms, and I just haven't been over here. Okay, I'm going to use the other burr to clean this up. Probably getting too... This one. Okay. And then we'll call it a video. Okay. So I kind of think of this as doing eyeliner or something. You just go along the edge, clean it up a little bit. And there is a little, I wouldn't say this is callus, but sort of. There's some thicker skin at the tip here, which you can either switch to a diamond burr or do this. Okay.
Can you say the level of hardness? between diamond, carbide, and ceramic?
Ceramic is the most coarse, and that's the one for the thickest nails. Diamond is more for skin and calluses. And what was the other one?
Carbide.
Carbide. Carbide is also for thick. And a carbide, let me see, where's the carbide? I think this is carbide. Or it might be steel. This is ceramic. Yeah, sometimes I interchange carbide and ceramic. You guys, if I did it in the video, okay, I don't know. I may have. This is either... This is stainless steel, I think. And I don't use these very often, but it does. This is good. There's steel. So there's lots of different materials. And I primarily use these ceramic ones now and diamond. So that's it. And then I'm going to finish it off with my stuff. I've been making this stuff for 29 years. I call it lion's paw, because I consider myself, in fact, you wrote a little thing on that. He did. I'm the little mouse who takes the thorn out of the lion's paw. And this is my lion's paw, and I take just a little tip of the clean edge of this, put it on the foot, and that's my avatar for myself, or whatever, meme, I don't know what the word is.
Androcles and the Lion, are you familiar with the story?
Yeah. So that's kind of my finishing touch. Some people think it's too greasy or whatever. Petroleum jelly is also fine too. But this is made with olive oil, beeswax, sage, calendula, comfrey, plantain. It's like spaghetti sauce, whatever I happen to have around, but they're mostly good skin herbs. And anyway, and that's nice to put into an area that you've been working in. So in that corner, that'll be soothing for him. Okay. Goodbye.